Part 3 of Black Clover sucks. Welcome to part 3 of my Black Clover Sucks series, where I watch Black Clover and tear it apart so you don't have to. And as my usual warning, this stuff is all my opinion, and you're welcome to have opposing opinions in the comments down below. But just like you're able to comment whatever you want, that means I have the same right to express my opinion in this video. So let's begin with. So this episode only starts with a 60-second recap of where the characters last left off, which is pretty good considering that the entire last episode was so forgettable that I barely remembered a thing about it. The last thing we see before cutting to the intro is the shot of all the fierce competition in the upcoming exams. I mean, we've got generic unnamed characters 1 through 6 and generic named characters 1 and 2. What the fuck? Like, was this supposed to show some sort of fierce competition? Because they sure as hell didn't do a good job. Like, I wasn't even joking when 6 of the 8 characters in this shot don't even have fucking names. Either way. So, I hate to give credit to this show, but the next scene is actually, well, not terribly written. We see them explore the town and it shows us just how pivotal magic is in the capital, and on top of that we see Asta looking at some relatively normal equipment and freaking out over the prices, letting us come to the conclusion that they are poor without directly telling us. Holy crap, good job.
Golf clap? Golf clap.
Well, no good things can last forever, and we get a flashback to the church where some reason, look man, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not gonna even bother looking this kid's name up a second time, is acting like a tsundere all of a sudden. Which is not only cringy, but completely illogical. He was firm in his belief in Asta when he left, so why the fuck is he acting like he has some sort of crush on the dude now? The next scene is them arriving to the exams and wait, did they just barely make it here on time? Weren't they basically sprinting the entire way here? They should have shown up at least a couple of days early, right? Either way, stupid plot holes aside, why is everyone so impressed by Yuno's 4-leaf clover grimoire, but no one gives a shit about Asta's 5-leaf clover grimoire? Obviously, Asta has been bragging constantly about it to everyone from how he acts in this scene. Like, I get how the proctor misses it, but that should be some ultra rare shit. If rumors of someone with a 4-leaf grimoire made it to the capital, then clearly rumors of the 5-leaf clover grimoire would have made it too. Why has no one just stopped for a second and been like, holy shit, is that a 5-leaf clover grimoire? Or are 5-leaf clover grimoires just not that rare? Just explain, that's all I'm asking. Like, you guys explain so much shit over and over again in this show, but forget some of the most basic points. So we enter in the arena and we finally get to see the vibrant cast of characters, all of whom will challenge Asta, and I'm just fucking with you. They just copy pasted every single character and made them look all as generic as possible. Oh, look, an actual main character. Speaking of which, this brings up another problem I've noticed with the show. So far, just about everyone who is taking the entrance exam appears to be 15 years old. And even when this encounter occurs, Asta says, oh wow, I can't believe you're my age. But later in the episode, Asta states that he will try again next year if he doesn't make it this year. So is the exam retakeable or not? It seems pretty finite, but if people of all ages were available, you'd think that most of the people here would be 20 plus who are experienced magicians finally trying out, not just 15-year-old kids. Once again, this just doesn't make any sense. Also, fun fact, this show is a fantasy show taking place roughly in the Renaissance era, so why the fuck does this dude have a filter on his cigarette? That wasn't even invented until the 1920s. Like, I guess he just dropped by a fucking 7-Eleven beforehand? Just do some basic fucking research, god. Fuck. Oh hey, look, it's a Rookie Crusher from Hunter x Hunter. I wonder what his role in this show will be. After this, we meet every single one of the Magic Knight captains, and get a little information on each one. Now, I don't mind a little bit of information on 2 or 3 of the relevant ones, but this is overkill. I watched this episode 3 times, and I forgot who half these captains are each time, despite getting these little intros on them. It's pretty obvious from their character designs that they are going to be relevant later on in the series, so how about just giving their introductions then, instead of now? Oh, and my mistake, this guy's actually more like Kabuto from Naruto, since all he's doing is giving us exposition. So the exams start, and honestly, they're quite practical. Now, granted, practicality versus entertainment is a rough debate, but they did at least commit to the one they chose. Personally, I would have enjoyed something crazy and over the top like the Hunter exams, but honestly, I'm not going to nitpick this part too much because it actually does make sense. Oh, speaking of which, standing on your broom, Sasuke, really? You just look like a fucking dick, man. And finally, after Asa fails at doing anything in the exam, we get to the last part where each person has to duel someone. And who's up first? Asa and Rookie Crusher. And Rookie Crusher reveals that he was an asshole the whole time. No, not that he was trying to sabotage Asa or trying to get Asa to fail. He's just an asshole. But still, for some reason, this pisses off Asa. You know, because he was betrayed by his new friend who he knew for about 2 hours who actually did nothing to hurt him. You see where I'm going with this, right? It's just bad. There's no reason for this to happen. It's just contrived bullshit. And here's the thing that makes me the most angry. This guy could have been a good character. You wanna know how? Make him not an asshole. Have Asa still beat the shit out of him. Oh, by the way, if you didn't figure it out, Asa beats him in a matter of seconds. But then have the guy just be a good sport and look, all of a sudden you made the first likable character in the entire show. That's all you had to change. You could still send him to a different Magic Knight squad and all that crap. Just come on, this was such an easy fix. And that concludes episode 4, which was quite a lot, but still, I ain't no wuss, so let's keep moving on with... So episode 4 actually had some pretty good pacing, but episode 5, don't worry, has got you back. It's gonna remind you just how slow this show can be. Once again, in case you forgot, the first 5 minutes of this episode is just a flashback to the last episode and the intro, so yay. So after this, people instantly just start talking shit about Asa. Wait, like everyone just saw Asa crush somebody who was clearly one of the top competitors, and you're just gonna talk shit to him? Sure, Asa sounds like a moron, but you saw how powerful he is firsthand. This is just once again them trying to make us think that Asa is some sort of underdog, even though he has the most broken powers out of anyone. Because in a world where magic is everything, a guy who can destroy magic is pretty fucking broken. Either way, after this, we get to see some fights, and finally, Yuno gets to go battle against some asshole. I don't fucking remember his name. Like, is the writer's main goal to make sure that they don't create a single likable character in this show? Because if so, he is doing a fantastic job. Yuno has to fight some Mr. Super Special Royalty asshole, and hey, who would have guessed? Yuno wins. So finally, we get to the stage where the 8 captains get to choose which people they want on their team. And once again, this scene has zero weight to it. You see, the show never establishes any other characters in this tournament other than Asshole 1 and 2, so we have no baseline of where the cutoff point is to join the Magic Knights. We had the one kid who gets rejected and is like, oh, I guess I'll just go back to tilling my fields. And this could have been a very powerful moment if he had been at least partially established. Like, show him being a somewhat competent mage, and then when it's revealed that he wasn't good enough, this scene would have had some weight to it. But we have no reference on how good this guy is, or just in general how good you have to be to join the Magic Knights. Either way, obviously Sasuke is so good that literally every captain wants him to join, so he joins the best squad, and Asa manages to bullshit his way into the Black Bulls, which they directly tell you is the worst squad. Oh, then we get some weird contrived flashback of all the hard work and tragedies Asa had to go through, you know, in the last 4 fucking episodes. I'm gonna give you a little hint, it's a little too early for that. Then, just in case you forgot this character is an asshole or that Yuno has a weird obsession with Asa, we get this contrived scene, which can only be followed up by poop jokes. God, why? Anyway, this episode ends with them traveling to the base and getting this pretty excellent reveal that the Black Bulls are the worst Magic Knight squad. You know, if it had been a reveal since they told us earlier in the episode. Remember how I was bitching about the repetition problem in the last episode? Either way, my main point is if they had kept the secret that the Black Bulls were the worst Magic Knight squad until this point, it would have honestly been a pretty great reveal. But since this show can't seem to go fucking 30 seconds without forced exposition, we've known this for quite some time now. And that is it for the end of episode 5. I think I'm gonna go cleanse my palate with some Ancient Magus Bride now. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. It's quite painful to get through, but nevertheless, it's fun to tear apart. A huge shout out to all of my patrons. You guys keep this channel afloat and I'm extremely thankful for all of your support. If you're interested in supporting the channel or just want some special perks, I'll have a link to my Patreon in the description down below. Make sure you guys share, like, comment, and subscribe. This is Manime Matt. Make sure you guys say, man, go watch that goddamn anime!